walk the dog up a slight hill, breathing hard and heart beating like an Odeko being banged on by someone who hates their job as drummer. I stop halfway to catch my breath, and the odor of Greenwood wafts over me. It smells like dead bodies and formaldehyde, like 200 years of death and 500,000 corpses crammed under the earth on a plot of land smack dab in the middle of Brooklyn. The sidewalk is littered with broken glass and wet blobs of toilet paper and little plastic bottles filled with piss. It's the Uber drivers, men who don't care, shitting and pissing where they can. The dark sidewalks around the cemetery allow them to get away with it. I walk past the cemetery and its soaring tributes in muted gray and plastic pink flowers. An American flag stuck on one of the metal barbs on top of the fence flaps feebly. This is a place of death. Yet so alive most of the year, it's like a paradise. Flushed and vibrant and pink every spring, and on fire in reds and oranges every fall. But today is February, and nothing lives in February. The ancient stone angels spread their wings while the headstones with their faded text tell tales of beginnings and endings, suggesting nothing happened in between, but the prolonged death called life that got them invited in the first place. The wind blows, and I hear spoilers from my own story of eventual rot and erasure from history. But I won't end up here. This place is too exclusive, and just like the rest of the planet, full to bursting. Dead, icy leaves make the sidewalk slippery as I move around the turn at the end of 23rd and head up 7th. The dog squats on the curb, and her urine just misses her feet as it flows into the street. I call her a good girl, and she wags her tail and finds a random greasy patch on the sidewalk to sniff a dozen steps up. I let her smell until I get bored, then jerk her leash as I pass. It's early morning when we turn towards 6th. A block later, I hear kids screaming and laughing and complaining on their way to school. There are times one seeks to avoid being out, and commute time for New York City school kids is one of those times. I walk towards 6th, content. I took a route that puts me as far away from that rabble as it does. Halfway down, though, I think I understand crowds as I spot a smudge of wrong. He pulls a red scarf over his face and makes a show of adjusting it. It's 40 fucking degrees out. I can tell he's mugging for me. He tugs on his mask and adjusts the sunglasses over his face. His hat hides everything else, and his green army field jacket flows as he begins to walk towards me, strutting, menacing. He makes a show of pulling on his scarf. Is his hand in his pocket? Then all I see is his hand and nothing else as he pulls it out. Is he holding something? I'm staring at him. I stare at him. The distance disappears and my body gets ready to fight by making my dick disappear into the special little cubby area in my nethers. My whole body is ready to defend itself. He stares at me and Gertie. Gertie and I stare back, anxiety pounding in my veins. I don't know his intention. Just to be an asshole? All this could just be the product of an overactive imagination. But that's just what reality is. Over-imagination made true. I am also aware that you don't die from anxiety. As I told my wife not even a week ago, you have an anxiety attack and die from the heart disease holding your life hostage. That's it. Done. And I fucking hate that I'm broken like this. But there's nothing I can do about either issue anymore. I think about calling 911, but I can't move to even get the phone out of my pocket. I can't do anything except drop to my knees. The dog whines. I try to soothe her, make it okay, and mean it. But every muscle is locked in pain. A full-body Charlie horse grips me. And oh God, my stomach empties as my last thought is about who is moving the sidewalk closer to my face.